Hey fly tiers, Darren here with another fly tying tutorial. Today we're going to be tying the Crystal Meth Sucker Spawn, which is a steelhead egg fly. The Crystal Meth is one of the top egg flies and used in Steelhead Alley along the Great Lakes. It imitates sucker spawn, and steelhead eat a lot of eggs when they are in the rivers, especially during the winter when suckers move up in the river to spawn, and the steelhead are there to pick up any eggs that float their way. The fly is pretty similar to the sucker spawn, except for, of course, it's made with a different material. Where the sucker spawn's made of yarn, the Crystal Meth Sucker Spawn, or just the Crystal Sucker Spawn, is made from diamond pearl. It's a pretty simple fly to tie, and I tie it in a variety of colors such as pearl, pink, orange, chartreuse, red, blue, even some black. Hope you enjoy this fly. Let's get started. Hook in the vise. Today I'm using a Mustad C67S egg hook, and this is a number 8 that I'm tying on today. And I have a 4mm bead on there. I'm going to be tying with Danville flat wax nylon, and I'm using, I think this is the fluorescent orange. I think the number on it is 503 or 505. I can't remember exactly. And I'm going to be tying an orange Crystal Meth Sucker Spawn. So let's start. Just going to tie on our thread right behind the bead. I'm going to take that down a little ways. I'm just going to adjust this so I've got a better angle. Right, and I'm using dyed pearl diamond braid, and this one is the fluorescent orange. The number is a DP137. And what I like to do is I just like to pull both of the tag ends of the material out and leave the rest in the bag, just so that it doesn't get too unruly. So what I'm going to do to start off this fly is I'm just going to actually finish laying a base layer of thread. I go up all the way and down, and then I'll come back again, almost back to where I started. I'm just going to trap both of those tag ends and wrap it down to where I left my thread. I'm going to come back a little bit just to clean up those ends and trim off anything that doesn't want to play nice. Right, and then we're going to fold over those tags. I'm going to form like a little loop there. Just going to cinch that down with a couple wraps of thread. And then we're going to do another loop, just slightly bigger than the first. I'm going to use about 3 wraps to lock that in place. I'm going to do another loop. Do 3 more wraps. And on that third wrap, you want to give it a good pull down. to lock it in place. I'm going to do another. And these kind of get a little bit bigger each time. You don't want to go too large. We're just kind of advancing up the hook shank. Now, depending on the size of the hook you're using, you'll get a different amount of loops. I find with a size 8, you get about 5 with a bead and maybe 6 loops without the bead. And we're going to put one slightly smaller loop right in front. Just going to give it a couple loose wraps. And we want to make sure that that bead is sitting properly, so we always just give it a push up and then pull down on the thread just to make sure everything's in place. Then we're going to trim over the eye. Next we'll add a whip finish. And I do almost always add a double whip finish on these flies for steelhead salmon. And you'll pick up trout on these as well. So one last thing I like to do on mine is just flip it upside down. And we're going to add a nice coat of cement on there, just to help give this fly a bit more durability, because those threads are exposed. We want to make sure that they're going to last a few fish at least. There you go. The Crystal Meth Sucker Spawn in orange. I'd like to thank you for stopping by my fly tying channel and watching my tutorials. If you're new here and you like this sort of thing, why not hit that subscribe button? I'd love to hear from you, so if you have anything to say, leave it in the comments below. Until next time, this is Darren saying, keep hooking your vise. Cheers.